With the 2013 NFL preseason kicking off this weekend, it's time to fire up the Phinsider YouTube channel and talk some Miami Dolphins football. I'm Kevin, and this Sunday, the Dolphins face off against the Dallas Cowboys in the league's annual Hall of Fame game. Before we get to the game, however, let's take a look at some of the things we should watch on Sunday. Maybe the top storyline of the preseason for Miami, and it's our first item to watch this weekend, is the play of the offensive line. While the Hall of Fame game is traditionally dominated by the bottom half of the roster, don't be surprised if you see the starting offensive line get a couple extra series this Sunday. Over the past week, the team has been experimenting, moving around all five of the big men up front. That should continue this weekend in the game. The top question mark, of course, is left tackle Jonathan Martin. While he will not be going up against a starting defensive end for very long, he has to take any experience he can get and quickly prove he can be a starting left tackle. After spending most of last season as the starting right tackle, Martin's play on Sunday will not really indicate how he'll play during the regular season, but it will be the first step in trying to make sure that he can hold down Ryan Tannehill's blind side. The other offensive linemen to watch during this game will be Dallas Thomas and Josh Samuda, both of whom the team seems ready to hand one of the starting guard positions, if they're able to take a hold of it and claim it as their own. Thomas will likely also play backup left tackle, while Samuda will play backup center, but it's their time at guard that really needs to be watched. Our second area to watch this weekend will be the wide receivers. With Armand Benz now lost for the year, Rashard Matthews reportedly out for several weeks, and Brian Hartline apparently nicked, the play of Marvin McNutt, Brian Timms, Jeff Fuller, and the newly signed Julius Pruitt will be critical. The team now has three wide receiver positions open for the taking on the depth chart. McNutt, who comes to Miami from the Philadelphia Eagles, looks like he should be in position to grab the first of those spots. A good performance on Sunday could go a long way to locking down the number 4 position. Timms and Fuller both spent last year on the practice squad and should be familiar with the offense, giving them an advantage over some of the rookies behind them on the chart right now. However, neither's a sure thing to make this roster. Their performance on Sunday could separate them, or it could send them back down into a dogfight for one of the final positions. Julius Pruitt, meanwhile, signed with the team on Tuesday, returning to Miami almost exactly a year after they released him. He's a special teams gunner, it's a great place for him, and he could make the team simply from that standpoint. But having a good performance as a wide receiver Sunday would be an added bonus. Storyline number 3 switches sides of the ball, with the defensive line taking the spotlight. While starters like Cameron Wake and Paul Soliai are set, Randy Starks and Jared Odrick are fighting for one of the starting defensive tackle positions, while Olivier Vernon and Dion Jordan will battle for starting rights at defensive end. Odrick against Starks is an interesting battle to watch. Starks is coming off a Pro Bowl season and received the franchise tag this year, yet he appears set to lose the battle to Jared Odrick. Currently, the team has them listed as co-starters on the depth chart, but how many snaps each player gets, and when they get them, will be something to watch Sunday. On the outside of the line, Vernon appears to be the starter, but the Dolphins will give Jordan every opportunity to claim the position if he can. Vernon played well last year as a rookie, serving as the primary backup to Odrick. However, he eventually hit the rookie wall and all but disappeared. Now in his second year, he has been impressive throughout training camp. Jordan, meanwhile, is being brought along slowly in his rookie training camp, after the Dolphins traded up in April's draft to grab the Oregon Duck with the 3rd overall selection. They had to let his surgically repaired shoulder rehab, so he hasn't been getting contact like some of the other players so far. He may not get much playing time Sunday night, but how many snaps he gets should be watched closely. Finally, the kicking battle should be watched, though it may be a one-sided battle. Incumbent Dan Carpenter will likely get the majority, if not all, of the kicking duties, as rookie Caleb Sturgis continues to rehab a groin injury. While we may not get to see Sturgis kick, getting an idea of how Carpenter is doing will be a big part of evaluating the position battle. Carpenter missed several big kicks last year that could have won games for the Dolphins, and is under fire from fans for those disappointments. If he wants to keep his job from a much cheaper rookie, a rookie the Dolphins used a 5th-round draft pick to select, DC money has to be exactly that this preseason. Money. The Dolphins and Cowboys kick off at 8 p.m. Sunday night at Fawcett Stadium in Canton, Ohio, in the Hall of Fame game. The game will be televised on NBC. This is Kevin for the Phinsider YouTube channel and SB Nation YouTube. Thanks for watching.